Hello everyone, welcome back to Jikook Diaries, a small space where we unite every second, every emotion, and every reality hidden behind the smiles of BTS members, especially Jimin and Jungkook. Today, we will discuss something so surprising but meaningful, because finally after a long time Jimin spoke up about the failure of one of Jungkook's big projects that had made many armies wonder. What really happened? We all know that Jungkook is not only an idol, but also a true perfectionist. He is known for his perseverance, his burning passion, and his desire to always give the best to ARMY. However, like humans in general, even the brightest stars can experience dark times. One of Jungkook's personal projects that had been speculated to be a full mixtape, or even a visual album project, suddenly disappeared without a trace after many hints emerged in 2023. Jungkook had teased ARMY with studio recordings, powerful tunes, and even an admission that he was composing something very important. But all of that seemed to have disappeared in time. And today, surprisingly, Jimin revealed the bitter side behind the project. In an emotional interview, Jimin admitted that he witnessed how hard Jungkook worked. But at the same time, he also saw how Jungkook was destroyed by pressure, expectations, and fatigue that were not visible to the public eye. In a calm but clearly emotional tone, Jimin said, "Sometimes, we all want to look strong, but there are times we have to admit that being strong also means knowing when to stop." He said that Jungkook's project did not really fail in terms of quality. In fact, according to him, the project was one of the most honest works he had ever seen. However, external pressure, fear of not living up to expectations, and Jungkook's desire to make the work perfect instead trapped him in a cycle of overthinking and self-doubt. Jimin added that there were nights when Jungkook sat alone in the studio, replaying the same demo over and over again, feeling like everything was not good enough. And as a close friend, or as many fans would say, a soulmate who understands each other without words, Jimin couldn't just stand by. He tried to encourage, give silent hugs, and even offered to provide vocals or write lyrics for the project, just to make Jungkook feel less alone. But behind Jimin's honest and touching confession, there are deeper emotional layers that we should discuss together. Many fans may ask, why is Jimin only speaking now? What prompted him to finally reveal another side of Jungkook that had been hidden all this time? In his interview, Jimin also mentioned that the pressure did not only come from outside, but also from within Jungkook himself. "He loves ARMY too much," Jimin said while holding back tears, "until he forgot to love himself." Those words hit hard at the hearts of many ARMY who watched it. Because we all know, Jungkook is someone who devotes his entire life to music, to performances, and to giving the best moments to fans. But what happens when love is so great that it hurts yourself? That moment changed everything. Jimin knew he couldn't just be a witness. He had to be there. So, Jimin started spending more nights in the studio with Jungkook. Not to work, but just to sit quietly in the corner of the room, providing a quiet presence. Sometimes they talked, sometimes they were silent. But that's where the strength of their relationship really shines through, in the silence of understanding. However, the final decision was still Jungkook's. He decided to archive the project, not because he was giving it up, but because he felt the need to take time for himself. "Sometimes silence is part of healing," Jimin said, implying that Jungkook chose to stop not because he was weak, but because he was brave enough to take care of himself. For many fans, this moment reminds us that our idols are not entertainment machines. They are humans who struggle, feel pressure, and try to love themselves while continuing to love us. Jimin, who usually always keeps his words, this time chose to share the bitter reality so that the public knows that behind BTS's success, there is a struggle that is not always visible. Jungkook himself has not made an official statement about this, but many ARMYs believe that when the time is right, he will bring the work back to the surface, perhaps in a different, more mature, and more honest form. Because as Jimin said at the end of his interview, a work never dies, it just waits for the right time to be reborn. And now we can only wait, not with pressure, but with patient love. We await Jungkook's work, not because we demand it, but because we trust him that when he's ready, he'll come back and rock the world, like he always does. And that's the touching story behind the scenes, when Jimin finally opens up about Jungkook's failed projects not as an end, but as part of a much deeper journey. Behind every unreleased work, there's a story, there's a struggle, and there's a heart trying to heal. And maybe this is what makes BTS different. They are not just a group that breaks records and sells millions of albums. They are a story. They are a journey. They are a group of humans who support each other in the storm and still survive together. Nowadays, many people the future of Jungkook's project has been speculated. Will it be released in a different form? Will it be part of a new album or even a collaboration project with Jimin? And if one day Jungkook comes back with that work or even a completely new work, let's welcome him not as a perfect idol, but as a human being who has weathered the storm and chooses to keep working. Because as Jimin said, a work never dies. It just waits for the right moment to be reborn. If you feel touched or even find strength from the story, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the Jikook Diaries channel, and turn on your notification bell so you don't miss any upcoming stories. Also write in the comments column, what do you think about Jimin's confession? Do you also feel how sincere and deep their relationship is? Thank you for watching and continue to support them with love, not pressure. See you in the next video, where love, loyalty, and the story of two connected souls will continue to be explored together. Annyeong, and keep your hearts warm, Army. Purple Heart.